Okay, we're just going to look at some, there's always one graph question that you have to be able to do. I thought I'd run you through how to draw different graphs. So, sketch the graph of y equals sine of x. So when you have to do this, you've got to, if you looked on your calculator, you'd know that sine goes between 1 and -1. I don't really know why that's not doing that. Let's do this, -1. Okay, and we know that sine of 0 is 0, sine of 90 is 1, sine of 180 is 0, sine of 270 is -1, and sine of 360 is 0. And then we just fill it in like this. And that is what a sine graph looks like. Remember, it goes between 1 and -1. Now, for the graph of tan x, this is a little tricky. So you will know that if you put in tan of 90 into your calculator, you get a undefined. If you put in 0, you get 0, so you do this. So it reaches an asymptote. And this also is 0. So we do this. Oops-a-daisy, I don't really love that. And then it goes, there's another asymptote at 270. And that goes up like that. And then this follows through to there. And the thing that you probably have to have a little look at is 45 is 1. So if that's 45 there, this is 1. And that gives you a kind of idea of what is going to be looking at. So this is going to be -45, is going to be -1. And then it goes a bit further along as we go. Now, cos is exactly the same graph as sine is, but we're going to use 1 and -1 again. And if you look, 0, cos of 0 is 1. Cos of 90 is 0, cos of 180 is -1, and then you just put this in and it flows through rather nicely. Now on a grid, sketch the curve of the equation y equals 2 to the x. Now if I was going to do this, I just want to check that I wasn't getting it wrong. So what I do is I just do this. I do -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. And that will give me an idea of what to expect. So 2 to the power of 0 we know is 1, 2 to the power of 1 is 2, and 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 2 to the power of -1 means flip it. It means that it's going to be a half, or 0.5. And 2 to the power of -2 is 1/4. Now what I haven't got is some very extreme things. So I might think about what's 2 to the power a million. 2 to the power a million is going to be huge. And then what's 2 to the power -a million? That's going to be 1/, something huge. Now the point is, it doesn't actually approach 0. So let's just do -2, -1, 1, and 2. And we know at this point, when x is 0, y is 1. And we know this never touches the axis. And we know that that goes up. And we know it goes up and up and up. And we know that gets tiny and tiny and tiny, but it never gets really, really big. And that's how you do that. And then here are 4 graphs. Identify what graphs they are. Now, this, we actually have it here, so it's slightly easier. So, we already know what this one is. So we know that this one's C, because we just did it. So this one, as it goes up, never touches the x-axis. Now, x equals x to the power, y equals x to the power 3. Looks something like that. So it's going to be this one here. So B is that one. And sine x, we know that that's going to go through there, so it must be A, and then D must be cos x. And that's how you do this. And that's that.